Ahoy! It's the Unbreakable TUS Crew. We hope you're still doing great as we have moved now to level 4 lockdown and we have a little bit of freedom. But we continue with our series. We're starting up a new series called What If You Are the Toxic Friend? Then What? We are going to be speaking to Nelly Shozana, who is a serial author of many, many books. She'll tell us more about her books when we convey to her. And before we take a short nap to go and engage with her, I would like to just share a little bit on why I chose this topic this week. So basically, we live in a world where relationships are very complicated. So as much as relationships are complicated, they are a basic need. So basically, relationships, when they are healthy, they are good. They form a good support structure. I do not underestimate it or having a friend to confide into after a long day at work. Someone to share your future with, and especially in romantic relationships, someone who just pamper your birds. You wake up with a cup of coffee. It's really heartwarming. It really brightens your day, and it really just basically keeps you going, just to know there's someone who cares about you. There's someone who takes care of your emotional needs, physical needs, financial, etc. However, when a relationship is bad, it can be toxic. And when it's toxic, unfortunately, it impacts on your mental health. So some people end up with mental diseases such as depression and anxiety due to being exposed to bad relationships, be it a friend, be it a romantic partner, be it a sibling. It can really affect your mental health. But of note, I have noticed that people that are in toxic relationships, they actually get addicted to toxicity. I guess when you are in it, it's difficult to get out. So I try to just find out what are the possible reasons for that. So I found out one reason, and I'm hoping that Nelly Shozana is going to share us other reasons why people stay in toxic relationships. But what I found out, according to my research, is because people stay in relationship because they get tied to a psychological process which is called idealization. So idealization is also called an idea of an ideal partner that is rooted in our unconscious mind or semi-conscious mind. So what basically blinds people from the red flags that are so obvious to be a sign of a toxic person, it's just they want to maintain that ideal partner status so that they feel that they belong. But guys, I don't think it's good to stay in a toxic relationship. So I thought, let me just take this journey, because I do have deep understanding of how it can have detrimental effects on you generally as a person and in how you relate with other people. But let's confirm my findings. Let's engage with Nelly Shozana, and she tells us about what if you are the toxic friend, or what if you are the toxic sister or partner, then what? Ahoy. Ahoy, ahoy. Hi, Nelly. Welcome to the Unbreakable Souls Talk Show. How are you feeling today?
Ahoy, Dr. Ndogozo. I'm feeling very well today, and thank you for having me.
It's only a pleasure, but we'll also like to thank you for being part of our show today. And thank you so much for being brave and I know it's not an easy topic to talk about, but thank you for being part of the talk. What if you are the toxic friend? Then what? So before we start engaging on this sensitive topic, can you just tell TS family who Nelly Shozana is? Like, What is your superpower?
Yeah, it is brave indeed. Brave. Yeah. Okay, Nelly Shozana is, my full name is Nelly Shozana. So the reason why I shortened it was because people always called me Nelly Siwe. For some reason, it really irritated me. So I thought, okay, let me just say Nelly, not Nelly. Love you, but Nelly. Yeah. Anywho, Nelly Shozana was born in Pietermaritzburg, but now I'm residing here in Durban. I'm an author and a publisher. Okay, I write and speak for a living, like literally. Yes, and what else what else should I say? Oh, okay, I'm well known for being the single relationship guru. How is that?
Okay, thanks for sharing about you. So I can conclude with your superpower is sharing your struggles with people and using your experiences to make a difference, right? Yeah, but anyway, hey, can you tell us briefly about your book? I overheard somewhere. Okay, you're gonna be publishing, I think it's like your 4th book. So yeah, so what is that all about?
Oh yes, I love my superpower very very much. Yep, ngiyayithanda indaba zami. That's why ngithenga kanje incwadi ngoba ngifuna ukuzwa. Yeah, but basically the book is about me sharing my experiences on my failed relationships. Should wonke fail because if I fail mhlambe ngabe kuthiwa ngishadile, I'm still single, I guess. Yeah, but angikho lapho kwamanje. I think I'll write a book about that. But le ncwadi le, it's about me sharing ukuthi as much as those relationships failed, I contributed something on those relationships, because we tend to play ubi victim whenever a relationship fails. It's called a relationship because it's a two-way thing, you know. So umfana bengathandani niyedwa nami futhi bengathandani ngedwa besithandana, meaning we both play a role kuleyo relationship. It takes two to tango. So me writing failed relationships lessons learned ukuthi I didn't want to feel and act like a victim, but I wanted to learn from those. And I strongly believe ukuthi nothing just happens. Everything happens for a reason, and there are no mistakes or no coincidences. So the book is basically about that.
Wow, it sounds like a really interesting book. Okay, we can't wait to read. I'm taking notes from all that you're saying. You say in a relationship, there are two people, and it takes both of you together to bring an outcome to your relationship. But again, I guess it goes back to what we want to talking about today with Anna. Toxicity can result in a failed relationship, right? I want you to agree with me on that one, yes or no. If that's the case, let's talk about a personal toxic be or a friend or a partner. From your experiences, can you share with us with how can you identify a person? Just 3 major things that can make you identify a person as a toxic friend or a toxic partner.
Oh yes, I totally agree with you, my friend. Because if I don't, kwale interviewing but I really agree with you, because okay, I remember the time in oh, I used to be in the military, by the way. Yes, the one and only me. And why resign ngoba ngangibusy la nje nilokho down ngiyasebenza and you angikho lapho. But I remember there was okay, I had plenty of friends up until this day, like I have, because you know I'm a people's person, and I didn't see a problem with that, because even growing up I had plenty of friends. I do have best friend like you, my friend, and my other best friends. but I also have people that I talk with like almost on daily basis, but they are not my best friends. Yabo. So this other friend of mine was very possessive of me, and I'm telling you, if engibona ngikhuluma with the other friends, she would be so jealous. She would come to my room and ask me what were we saying, what were we talking about her, and stuff like that. That's a first sign. Umuntu possessive, and a lot of abantu ke manje, they are so jealous. Ayibo, uthola ukuthi umngane akho nje ufuna uhleli wena umtshela ngey'nkinga, uma usabatshela nje ukuthi wabafana. I'm not sure if ukuyashiwona ku-the unbreakable ukuhlukanisa. Anywho, but if umtshela umuntu ukuthi hey iyanginyisa i-relationship, umbone umngane akho, I'm sorry my friend, but deep down she is so happy. And if umtshela ukuthi hey, business is not going well, I'm sorry my friend, kodwa deep down she's so happy. And mangabuthi hayibo nayi business is booming, and azoqala benomona mhlawumbe aqala distance kuwena and stuff like that. And abanye, they are so controlling, besides ukuba possessive, abe controlling nje, athanda ukuthathela ama decisions. One of the other things engayifunda those funny statuses nje enwafaka ku WhatsApp. I was just watching ama statuses of those who are not matured like me. Of which it's not a bad thing. And then useyafaka ke lo omunye uthi ene one of the reasons why abangani baba ngibaxoxeli nge-boyfriend or whatever, because they take decisions for me. Bavela thi ene myeke akakufanele and stuff like that. Yes my friend, you can care about me, you can want for me like all the best, but at the end of the day I have to make the final decision ukuthi who do I want to be with. I have to make a final decision ukuthi what career am I choosing. So abantu abaningi, they are so controlling, of which it's not good for any relationship, whether a friendship or whether a romantic relationship, any ship, any relationship.
It's fine. So any ship, it is basically needs you not to be jealous, not to be controlling, right? Is that what I'm gathering for what you're saying, Guti? In your whole pool of friends, okay, I'm lucky to be one. In your pool of friends, you have identified those two major things as signs of being a toxic person in a ship, right? Okay, but then again, I'm just wondering, as I listen to you, certainly as much as you have met toxic friend, can I safely say you've been one too? And if that was the case, that at some point in your life you have been a toxic friend, what happened there? I'm interested to know, what happens when a toxic friend makes a toxic friend? It's not like a time bomb to explode. Can you share with us? Oh, and before you answer that, yeah, we don't use those words. Break your balls. Okay.
Okay.
We're
so
listening.
This is the part where you use the boo, like in the movies. Anywho, okay. Yeah, I can say, but ikakhulu when it comes to jealousy, ukubone when empilweni yakho nje there is a phase where everything feels like it's stagnant. It's not going anywhere. Nothing is working, nje. Uthi relationship dololo, uthi finances dololo, and then if you check your financial status, uyabona ukuthi hayi kuyafana nakhona, yabo mhlawumbe ukuthi yonke into yakhe ayihambi right, and then there is this other friend of yours, yonke into yakhe iyabluma, hayibo, money wise, relationship wise, yonke into. And then it is human nature, to become jealous. But kuba toxic kakhulu if you can't, talk to yourself, because it's always right to do self-introspection. Because I always check if I'm a good friend to somebody. I just talk to myself and say, no, Nelly, your time is coming, even if it takes forever, but your time is coming. And I must say, Uguti, ngaye ngaba kwi-phase where I was going through a phase nami nje ethile. I was like a ticking bomb ukuthi nje you say something I snap yabo, and then I found someone who's like that in a personality. Imagine ukuthi nihleli nini njani nalowo muntu. But one of the strongest points ukuthi I do a lot of self-introspection and I'm true to myself. So whatever I go through, it doesn't last that much because I always talk to myself. I ask myself, everything is going right for her. You know, I should be happy for her. She's my friend. I love her. I always want to be the best version of myself. Not that I don't fall there and there. I hope I've answered you.
Okay. Yes, you have answered me. Wow. Just to sum it up, it's okay. So from what I gather, being a toxic friend can occur as a result of having challenges in life. Just because nothing is going right for you, then you end up taking your frustrations on other people that are close to you. Then if already you're meeting a friend who's already now going through their own snap, and then both of you are just all on the down road, and then you just like, kind of like time bomb notes, and then eventually explode. So thank you so much for sharing that, and for sharing how you overcame it through introspection, and that, wow, you're amazing friend, that you actually take time to do an introspection so that you give us the best in a friend. So how lucky am I? Yeah, that's really insightful, yes, to hear it from that perspective. But dear friend, we are Christians, and good Christianity, for some reason, people are never really wrong, isn't it? So have you found that Christians use the word to bash you or belittle you and scare you? Have you ever dealt with a toxic friend who's a Christian?
Yes. First of all, before I answer that question, maybe I should start by saying, like, whatever is going inside of us, we are aware of it. Sometimes we choose to ignore it. You know, you can see when you become possessive, when you become jealous, when you become controlling, you know. It's just that maybe, just maybe, of which I'm really grateful for a lockdown, because you just sit with yourself and then you hear all those echoes. They are always busy. They don't want to listen to their thoughts. I think that's where, if I remember, I was reading a book, we have all the answers that we are looking for in everything if we can just spend time with ourselves, sit down with ourselves. And it's really true. So when we go to this Christianity, of which I am Christian, I think one of ezinye izinto that we struggle with as abazalwane, we are not true to ourselves. That's number one. One of the reasons why I'm saying that is because when I go through something, if I cry, I remember I was going through a phase. I had an emotional breakdown. I wrote about it. There's a book that I'm currently busy with. It's called Tales of a Heartbreak. It Tales of a Heartbreak, Forgiveness and Healing. I remember I went because I was a youth leader. I told them, I need a break. I just need to deal with whatever is going on with me, because I wasn't, and I must pray. Not that I wasn't praying, but then again, I believe for every wounded heart, you need to nurse it, you know. You need to heal. And I strongly believe you can't give from a place of empty. So going to your question, I've met plenty of abazalwane abanye uzofika kuwena. I remember this woman, Sienna, she says the truth as it is. And abazalwane isikhathi esiningi bajwayele ukuthi they are assertive. At the same time, they're not like they are not soft kwabanye abantu. They are not sensitive to ama feelings abanye abantu. Baloke bethi athi umuntu assertive, yabo uzuyabhala kumina wathi Nelly umzalwane khona status engangisifakile, umzalwane let alone i-motivational speaker doesn't speak like that. Ngathi mina kusho bani, yabo. And le nto engangiyifakile nje kwakuyithi just something normal, something that we talk about, something that I write about, yabo. Wase wathi yena ene kusho mina ngazi kwanjani yabo. So I feel nami ukuthi indlela engaresponda ngayo ngavele ngathi kuyena, when you are the last person to say, because I feel somehow sicasha ngokuthi siyalikhuluma iqiniso, siyabazalwane siyakholwa, but at the same time we are not sensitive to ama-feelings omunye umuntu ukuthi mangisho lento izofika kanjani. So I think ile into esidila nayo kakhulu emasontweni nokuthi even Jesus cried. I remember khathi kulokhu nje kufe uLazarus and he cried. I remember even nangenkathi ethi ene asidlulele sitsha, let not my will but let your will be done. uJesu could express his emotions, and now we are dealing with abazalwane aba-actor engazuthi uzokubhesha. I'm telling you, they have, mina bashumayela ngami ngikhona esontweni vula intshumayelo umuntu ngami ngikhona, because I went to him ngakhuluma naye with something that I was going through. The next thing into engangikhuluma ngayo kwase sekuyintshumayelo. So kwenye inkathi emasontweni akubi abangani phela, kuba nabefundisi nama-leaders ethu na anyone, you know, abanithola ukuthi they are very toxic, kodwa uzophika ngokuthi nje u-assertive, iqiniso uyalimela, yabo.
Yes, I understand you, and you know I can also concur with what you are explaining now when it comes to Christians and any form of relationship. You know, I'm currently reading a book about how to make boundaries for you to build healthy relationship. I also feel that as Christian, I think we struggle to get that balance, and I guess that what makes us come out as harsh, that when you are, because in any form of relationship you are bound to disagree, which is like baseline, because you are two different human beings. Because I mean, even if you are siblings, you still have a bit of differences, but that aspect of trying to teach people how to engage with you, what you don't like, we just like we become very harsh in instilling boundaries, you know. I also want to ask this question particularly because that awareness in Christians, there is nothing wrong with being assertive, and there's nothing wrong with creating boundaries, because we need those for people to respect us. But try and not like overdo it, like don't go overboard and do it in a harsh way. Do it in a loving way. Do it in a polite way. I feel really there's no need to be rude about it. And I'm just sad to hear then people will actually use the platform of God to push their agendas, you know. So basically, I wanted to ask second last question. So why is it that people stay in a toxic relationship? Can you just explain to us a bit with why do people get addicted to this kind of relationships?
Okay, I'm gonna make an example about me. In most cases, I've stayed in toxic relationships because I thought there was nothing better out there for me besides what I was having. And I've seen a lot of people, especially ladies, they love making excuses for men. They say, he loves me, that's why he beats me, or that's why he talks to me anyhow. It's because he loves me, or I make him do that. And there is this other thing that we do as women, we act as a messiah. Siyathanda nje to fix men. We love fixing them. We think we can change them, or we can make them better, or we can heal them, or whatever reasons that we normally have. But in most cases, we think we don't see a worth in ourselves, and then we stay in those toxic relationships because we think uguti there is nothing better out there for us. So yeah.
So yes, we are really grateful for all that you've shared with us today, the pearls of wisdom. So as we go, your last message to the TUS family, what can you share with us in terms of toxic friends or toxic relationship? I found this topic of very importance because we are spending lots of time together in lockdown with families or friends who could be potentially toxic. So, what can you advise someone who finds themselves in that position during this lockdown?
Hey, the struggle is real, my friend. It is so real. But my final word is, first of all, nje, as a person, kuthiwa ene remove the speck from your eye before ubone enye into komunye umuntu ukuthi what I always do is, am I a good friend? Am I a good employee? Am I a good employer? Am I a good daughter? Am I, ukuthi ask yourself those kind of questions. That's number one. Ukuthi are you toxic or not? Yabon. And okwesibili, it becomes we attract what we are, not what we want. Sometimes I check, especially on romantic relationships. For the longest time I attracted like very toxic guys because deep down on the inside, I wasn't okay. It was either because of bitterness, anger, resentment, rejection, or whatever. And those things, if they are not dealt with, they can mess you up as a person. So always be like, if you have found there are people abangekho ukuba toxic kwabo, it's not harmful, labantu nje abane green monster nje kancane there and there. But uyakwazi umuntu okanjalo ukumkala ukuthi sokhuluma ngecorona nje naye kuphela and stuff like that, ne-weather, and then there are those obonayo ukuthi unelazi if I can share kuyena ukuthi ngicabanga ukuvula i-practice, she will probably encourage me and she would ask me how far I am and stuff like that. But if ungaya kusibanibani omunye umnganami amxoxela uzongidiscourage angitshele ngeyimali angitshela ukuthi I won't make it angitshele, because there are those kind of people. Enye into enga-advise ngayo ukuthi let us stop being naive. Ama-red flags nje, whether in romantic relationships, friendships, business or whatever, I said all the sheep. Yes, all the sheep. So kuwona wonke lama-sheep, if ubona ngempela ukuthi lo omunye umuntu kanje, don't overlook ama-red flags. There are red flags. Red means danger. Kunezinto ekufanele umuntu uyambona omunye umuntu ohleli ekugqeka ekhuluma kambi ngawe, abanye ngempela you can keep them, abanye ngempela they should be really cut off. Nakhona futhi mawukhatha off umuntu awumkhathi off ukuthi ukhuluma izinto azafuna ukuzibulala, but umkhatha off nje omunye ukuthi you minimize the communication, you minimize omunye umtshele. Like I remember nje telling that guy, because I was experiencing minor depression. So what happened was this dude ngase ngibona ukuthi ayibonakho ukuthi ngamtshela futhi ngathi ayingeke, but if ngiqhubeka nawe it means ngizoze ngigcina senginelona sengine severe depression. So what I told him ukuthi I can see we are really not good for each other, and for me to keep my peace I think we should part ways. Yabonga ngamtshela kahle ngangamthuka ngangayenza ukuthi and stuff like that, because at the end of the day nathi fanele sigade ukuthi if abantu bethi unelu ukuthi nokuthi benze siqaphela ukuthi do we change yini, because sometimes like coming across abantu kanje now ungagcina usushintshile ube something that you are not. And thank you so much for having me. TUS, ahoy!
Ahoy! Thank you so much, Nelly. We love you, we appreciate you, and of course we're gonna steer all our ships properly now. Thank you so much. We really enjoyed spending time with you this afternoon, and all the best for your book. Bye. Ahoy.